I mean, one of the other police will say this, and there's a lot of other people who say this too. I mean, you do have a young man who was wielding a knife, right? And he was approaching police officers at a pretty. We've all seen the tape now, seen the video now.
Actually, the video, he wasn't approaching the police
but he was.
He was running away, wasn't he?
No, he wasn't running away. He was heading toward them. As a matter of fact, he's still in front of the police officer when he fires that first shot. And he's...
Wait, have you seen the same tape?
Yeah.
He's not running away. He's not running, but to me it looks like he's walking.
He's going down the middle of the street, and they all pull up. It looks clear that he's going this way, and he's shooting from this way. He's not going this way.
Well, if you look at the tape, they're still he's approaching.
Tapes, by the way.
Right, but the one that we've all seen that's so dramatic.
Yeah.
He deploys a knife in rep to that. Now the question is and I think that this is where really the second side of this is going to come in. I think it's going to be very, very, very difficult for a jury to convict him of first-degree murder. Because I know that people don't agree with that, but when you see first-degree murder is that the police officer went out with the intent of killing this guy, as opposed to stopping a guy with a knife who had been asked to stop by the police. Police have different rules as they pertain to police than they do to civilians in situations.
I must not have seen the same tape, because the tape I saw, the officers all pull up. He's with the knife this way, going this way. It looks like he's going at a slant, and this officer who's shooting is shooting this way.
Now, he's still in front. You can actually see it. There will be witnesses who will testify.
Why didn't the other officers shoot? There were 7 officers
that's
out there,
something
right?
that you want to investigate. You want to get the names of all the other officers that are present. You want to see what they quoted, what they stated at the time of the incident, correct?
Right. So there is one question that police officers often bring up, which is, what about the self-defense angle? This officer, Jason Van Dyke, did he have a reason to defend himself, particularly in that way? And the question that's often raised is the person with the knife close enough to run and stab you? Right. That the distance is 21 feet, right? That's what they say.
Okay.
But that's only if your gun is holstered. And at this point, the officer had his gun out, already pointed at the young man. The thing that gets me is that the officer was not trying to back away or stay where he was. The officer was actually headed toward the young man. So if the officer feared for his life, as he says he did, why would he head toward the danger? It doesn't make sense.
Okay, so let me ask you this question.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
If this young man gets past the police, what do they do?
He wasn't going in that direction.
But he has to go around them. He was going to they were all pulled up on the street, right?
Do we not have the video that we could be showing?
I don't think we have it.
There's but
firing 16 rounds is shooting to kill.
No. Everybody agrees with that.
Yeah.
Everybody agrees that this police officer was wrong in what he did in the long run here. But the question is going to be, he's been charged with first-degree murder. This is all I'm talking about. I'm not saying this police officer was justified in what he did. I'm saying he will not be. My prediction is he will not be convicted of first-degree murder because that first shot, believe me, when they get into a courtroom, police officers there's a different rule when it comes to them, and there was no.
But I think the problem is in the fact that his colleagues did not. Why didn't they feel the same fear that he did? Right. I mean, he got out, and he instantly.
I don't want to defend the action.
Another thing that was super damning to this whole situation was we need to commend another freelance journalist, Jamie Calvin, because he got the release of the autopsy report, which of course showed the way that the bullets entered the body. It was from the back, and it was at a downward angle.
Not the first one though, because the first one spins him.
But the other 15 then.
Right, because he's on the ground and all that. Now, there's no question, and it sounds as though I'm defending the actions.
No.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm not. But what I am doing is I'm pointing out that you got to look at this from all sides of this equation too. And you have a young man who's approaching the police officer, being asked to drop his weapon, being asked to stop. He doesn't do either, right? And it's almost impossible to get a conviction from on a police officer for shooting somebody who doesn't do that.
Well, I mean, not only do you want reform.